Creative nonfiction is a genre of writing that blends factual information with literary techniques to tell a compelling story. In this form of writing, authors use principal elements and devices to engage readers to convey their message effectively. Understanding these components is essential for crafting engaging and impactful creative nonfiction pieces.
The speaker for our presentation. Retest. You'll have 10 seconds to answer each question. Give your best effort.
Creative nonfiction blends factual information with literary techniques. This means that creative nonfiction writers use real facts and events, but also employ storytelling methods, seen in fiction writing like dialogue and narrative structure. It makes the true story more engaging and captivating. Principles include accuracy, authenticity, and narrative arc. These are the key rules of guide guidelines that writers follow. Elements like setting, character, and plot structure, shape the story, just like in fiction settings, where and when the story takes place. Characters, the people involved, and plot structure. The sequence of events play crucial roles in shaping the narrative and drawing readers in. Devices such as dialogue, description, and figurative language enhance the narrative. Writers use various tools or techniques to make the story more impactful. Understanding these components and crucial for crafting engaging creative nonfiction. By grasping how these elements work together, it's essential for writers to master these components to effectively communicate their message and keep readers hooked.
Elements of creative nonfiction.
Fact. When we talk about fact, we're referring to the information that is true and can be verified. It's opposite fiction, which means it's not made up or imaginary. Facts are based on the real events, data, or evidence. For example, if we say the sky is blue, that's a fact because the truth can be observed by everyone. Facts are crucial for providing accurate information, helping us understand the world around us more clearly.
Extensive research means that a piece of writing is based on through investigation. This includes gathering information from various sources like interviews, personal experience, books, magazines, and newspapers. For example, if someone is writing an article about the effects of climate change on local communities, they might conduct interviews with residents, collect data from scientific studies, and refer to articles from reputable resources like National Geographic or the New York Times. This extensive research helps ensure that the writing is well-informed and credible.
So reportage or reporting involves the documentation of events or personal experience by a writer. It's essentially storytelling based on the factual information, where the writer presents that they have observed or experienced in a clear, concise manner. For example, a reporter covering a protest might describe the scene, the actions of the participants, and any significant developments that occur. They use familiar words to convey the details effectively, ensuring the readers can understand and relate to the events being reported.
Personal experience and opinion refer to the writer's own encounters, emotions, thoughts, and viewpoints. This is commonly seen in personal essay, where the writer shares their unique perspective on a particular topic or event, including personal experiences, opinions, depth, and authenticity to the writing, allowing readers to connect with the writer on a personal level. It provides insight into the writer's beliefs, values, and reflection, enhancing the overall impact of the piece.
Explanation or exposition is a fundamental aspect of writing where the writer classifies and elaborates on a personal experience or topic for the reader. It involves providing detailed information, background, and context to ensure the reader understands the subject matter clearly. In a sense, it serves as foundation for the rest of the writing, laying out the necessary details to facilitate comprehension. Through explanation, the writer aims to convey their ideas effectively and engage the reader by making the content accessible and understandable.
Essay format creative nonfiction is a style of writing that often takes the form of an essay. This means it is a writing in structured manner with a clear introduction, body paragraph, and a conclusion. In a personal essay, the writer shares their own experience, thoughts, and reflection on a particular topic. It's like telling a story about yourself or something you've experienced but deeper purpose or message. Literary journalistic is a combined element of a journalism with creative storytelling to explore real-world issue or events. Brief essays are concise pieces of writing that convey a specific idea or argument in a manner. Overall, essay format allow writers express themselves creatively while conveying facts, insight, or personal reflection in a clear and organized way.
Literary elements used in creative nonfiction.
Characters in any story. Characters play a crucial role, and in nonfiction, these characters are actual individuals. The author portrays them by describing their physical appearance, personality traits, and detailed backgrounds to make them more lifelike and relatable to the readers. This helps create depth in the narrative, allowing readers to better understand and connect with the people involved in the real-life events being described.
Details are like building blocks that provide information and shape your perspective. They consist of specific pieces of information that you choose, arrange, and analyze to convey your opinions and characters, as well as of those of your subject. By carefully selecting and organizing details, you can effectively communicate your thoughts and feelings, while also painting a clear picture of your audience. In essence, details add depth and richness to your narrative, helping to create a vivid and compelling stories that resonates with others.
Dialogue is a form of communication between characters in a story, play, or any narrative. It involves an exchange of words, either written or spoken, between two or more individuals. This conversational exchange helps to develop characters, advance the plot, and convey important information to the reader or audience. In a sense, dialogue brings the narrative to life by allowing the characters to interact with one another in a natural and engaging manner.
Diction refers to the word chosen by a writer in their work. It's about carefully selecting each word to ensure that it does not only convey the intended meaning but also contribute to the overall tone and atmosphere of the piece. In other words, diction is about picking the right words to evoke specific emotions or create a particular mood within the literary work.
Figurative language is a special way of using words that differs from straightforward or literal language. Instead of stating things directly, figurative language employs comparison exaggerations. It's like adding colors or flavor to everyday speech, making it more interesting and engaging.
Flashback is a storytelling technique where an early event is shown or mentioned with a story. Even though it happened before the current timeline of the narrative, it's like jump back in a time with the story, allow the readers or viewers to gain insight into past events that are relevant to the present situation. This technique helps to provide context, deepen characteristic, or reveal important backstory element.
Flash forward, also known as prolepsis, is a storytelling technique where the plot jumps ahead in time from the current moment in the narrative. Essentially, it's like a sneak peek into the future within the story. This device interrupts the flow of the plot to show events or scenes that occur later on, providing insight or foreshadowing into what's to come.
Foreshadowing is when an author drops small hints or clues in a story to suggest what might happen later. It's like giving readers sneak peeks about the future events without revealing everything upfront. Imagine planting seeds early in the story that later grow into significant plot points.
Imagery is like creating a mental pictures using our senses, such as the sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. It's how we image and experience the world around us in our minds. So when we read or hear this scripted language that evokes this sense, it helps us from vivid image and understandings of the things being described.
Motif in literature is like a recurring theme or idea that keeps popping up throughout the story. It's something that's always there, running in the background, influencing the overall message or meaning of the text. When we say motif is repeated, it means that this theme or idea shows up multiple times in different parts of the story, reinforcing its importance and impact.
Non-fiction narrative typically follows a timeline, which is the sequence of events presented in a story. This timeline can be either linear, where the events unfold chronically from beginning to end, or non-linear, which events are presented out of chronicle order.
Order in literature refers to the sequence of event or arrangement of elements within a literary work. It's like the framework of blueprint that hold the story together, ensuring coherence and flow. In a simple term, it is how the story or information is organized to make sense to the reader.
Plot and plot structure is like the roadmap of a story, showing the sequence of events that drives its narrative forward. What gives the story its meaning and keeps readers engaged. A good plot structure ensures that this element flows smoothly, creating a satisfying and impactful story of the audience.
Point of view in storytelling refers to an angle or perspective from which the narrative is presented. When a character within the story narrates the events, it's known as first-person point of view. Conversely, when an external narrator tells a story, it's termed as a third-person point of view. In third-person omniscient point of view, the narrator possesses a comprehensive understanding of the thoughts and actions of all characters, past, present, and future.
Storytelling, setting, sense, and atmosphere play vital roles in captivating the readers. Setting establishes the story's time and place, providing context for the events. Since are action-oriented moments that move the plot forward, often accompanied by vivid descriptions that immerse readers' atmospheres, meanwhile encompasses the emotional and sensory elements of the setting and sense, and shaping the overall mood and tone of the narrative together.
Style in writing refers to the unique way in which an author constructs their story using language convention. These include how they choose their words, diction, the arrangement of sentence structure, the expression of idea and phrasing, the interaction between characters, which is dialogue, and the other language-related elements. Essentially, style is the writer's signature way of communicating, shaping the tone, mood, and overall impression of the narrative. By carefully manipulating these aspects of language, authors craft a distinct style that set their work apart and engages reader in a specific manner.
Symbol is a powerful tool in literature, carrying multiple layers of meaning that might not be immediately obvious. Essentially, it involves using an object or action to represent something beyond its literal definition. Symbols add depth and richness to our story, allowing writers to convey complex ideas. They invite readers to delve deeper into the text, uncovering deeper meaning and inciting that go beyond surface level interpretation.
Theme is an underlying message or idea that we take away from a piece of writing. It is what gives the story deeper meaning and sense. Themes emerge from the interaction between characters and the unfolding plot. It is important to note that a theme is distinct from the moral of the story, as it's more about the broader concept, insight, explored, rather than a specific lesson or directive.
Tone in writing refers to the author's attitude or feelings toward the subject they are writing about. It's like the author's mood or how they perceive and express their ideas. For instance, in a biography, the tone can be positive, showing admiration for the subject, or negative, expressing criticism. To understand the tone, try to hear the writing in your mind's voice. Put yourselves in the author's position and imagine what emotions they might be expressing or trying to convey through their words.
Creative nonfiction is a genre where the writers blend factual information with literary techniques to craft compelling narrative. This genre encompasses various forms such as biographies, journals, essays, travelogues, speeches, and more. The essence of creative nonfiction lies in telling true stories, sharing authentic experiences while employing literary elements to enhance clarity and engage readers. An important characteristic of creative nonfiction is flexibility and freedom, allowing writers to be both poetic and journalistic in their approach. This versatility enables writers to convey their real-life events and accounts in a captivating and impactful manner, appealing to a wide range of readers. Before ending our presentation, we leave a powerful saying that, remember, in the world of creative nonfiction, real stories come alive through the artful use of language and literary techniques. Thank you for watching!